Welcome to Sparklebritts, where we put misconduct on display, explore police and legal content, protect rights and demand accountability.
Into charity, and we've got two public servants in here looking to arrest me. NHS 80 grand I donated in March. £80,000 to NHS workers.
Have we got a van just in case?
Nathan stood there doing the live workout.
That patrol that's attending, do they have a van?
You can try and scare us as much as you want.
No, it's just in case.
I don't care, mate. Put me in the van, because you still have no right to come through the building, and it's still just wasting police resources, and you're still going to make yourselves look completely ridiculous.
It's hard to me.
A tense confrontation broke out at the gym when the police raided the facility for inspection because they suspected that the facility was still operating in violation of epidemic prevention regulations. The gym owner immediately reacted strongly, demanding that the police respect property rights and stay outside the door without a search warrant. He repeatedly emphasized, "I will cooperate 100% if you stay outside and respect the legal boundaries." However, the police remained stubbornly inside, citing the reason of preventing violations of the law. Even though the gym owner affirmed that the facility only operated online, the staff were all legal and had never received any ban from the local council. The argument continued. The reason for the inspection and the police's request kept changing, from epidemic prevention to checking personnel, then changing to protecting public order. Gym owner continues to livestream, denounces police abuse of power, waste of resources, and makes dramatic comparisons about oath to serve the Queen, not the government. Gym owner shares about his past in prison, fear of arrest, and the meaning of his work to help the community. Who is the violator? Watch the whole clip and please support this auditor by subscribing to his channel. The link is in the description.
What's going on about all this COVID shit? You're not even doing the rules.
Both of you are going to get an issue off me for common law. You should not be here. You are violating my rights. No, that is what I'm going to do, because that is what I am going to do right now, because you have come here and just been banged out of order, wasting police resources, wasting time, and I've told you, respectfully, nicely and calmly, if you two officers would please stand outside. Please don't interrupt me. If you two officers would please stand outside my building, which you do not have a warrant to be entering, I will answer every question that you have, and I will make sure, I will make sure that all of my staff give you their details too. But until you respect my boundaries and honour your public oath, I will not answer a single question.
And on the flip side to that, as my colleague said, the council have already been here.
Right.
And
established that nothing was going on.
They couldn't get
But that is what happened. I've got it on video.
But now,
I've got it on video.
Now that we've confirmed that there's obviously your colleague here, there's also 5 other people here. We're here lawfully because we've had a repeat.
You're not. Asda's not unlawful. I don't need to, because you're saying you're here lawfully, and that's the end of the sentence, because you are not here lawfully. So I don't need to hear the rest of what you perceive, because the first thing you're starting with is wrong. You are not here lawfully. If you was to go onto Halliwell Road and go into the phone shop, the laptop shop, all of that, you're not here. You're here while we are live streaming to our members from all over. We're helping people who have obesity, diabetes, mental health problems. That's what we're doing. We're fighting the battle. Do you know on Monday that there's a debate in Parliament to get gyms made essential? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? There's a debate in Parliament to make sure gyms are essential. But that's why my gym is not booming like it should be. What we are doing is operating as online only. My online facility has 7 registered staff. 5 of them are over there. This is an online training facility. Now, if you stand outside, if you respect my legal boundary and your oath, yes. Until you act lawfully, no. That's a fact, guys. Stand there, I'll stand outside with you. You'll get everyone's details.
I don't want to have to arrest 7 people.
Let's go and show these videos to the world exactly what happens, and your 2 collar numbers, yous will be fucked. I'm happy to do that. I am so happy. Let's go. Let's go.
I will speak to you outside that door as long as that door remains open as it is now.
Don't try and tell me what I need to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's your opinion, that's fine. I don't need to compromise. There's no compromise with the law. Now you want to compromise with the law. With the law, you can make a compromise of that. If you was legally able to do it, you'd slam me in cuffs. That's what you would do.
I know we're going to arrest you.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you are not. No, you are not. What do you mean I'm going to resist arrest?
That's what I'm going to do.
No, you are not. Stand outside my door. Stand outside my door. When you stand outside my door, I am not withholding anything at all. I am asking, using my legal right, for these 2 officers that do not have a warrant to be here, to stand outside, and I will answer every question what they want. Can't believe you think this. Oh, man. She's a school teacher, my partner.
All I want to do is establish people's details.
So if you would just
stand outside and do it then.
Do you know what I mean?
You could have resolved the situation in 5 minutes.
25 minutes ago.
Listen, I'm saying we'll take details now. It's up to somebody else.
Compromise him. You're not standing up. You're not taking
I am compromising.
No.
Go on, teach. Go on, teach.
not gonna
School
walk
teacher.
anybody.
School teacher, legitimate business, helping millions, donating to charity, and we've got 2 public servants in here looking to arrest me. NHS, 80 grand I donated in March. £80,000 to NHS workers.
Should be enough.
Have we got a van just in case?
Nathan stood there doing the live workout.
That patrol that's attending, do they have a van?
You can try and scare us as much as you want.
No, it's just thinking.
I don't care, mate. Put me in the van because you still have no right to come through the building, and it's still just wasting police resources, and you're still going to make yourselves look completely ridiculous.
It's hard to hear him in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Online.
Yeah, speak
Well, if we stood there, this should
No,
be over.
that-
It would be over if we stood there. And now you're on video doing this. I'm going to send this to your sergeant and say,
And
"Do
I've
you think
told
this
you
is
why I'm
okay?"
not moving out of here.
Right, but the point is, I'll stand there with you. She even just started giving a compromise, but there should be no compromise, and that's my point. You can't
You
compromise.
you didn't go for the compromise.
I don't need to, because the point is the law, and I am acting lawfully, and you are not. So if you want to waste more police time and waste more resources, that's on you. But I'm going to stand by my legal right until I die, because this is my legal right. And if you would respectfully stand there, I would respectfully have a conversation with you. But while you are breaching your boundaries, I can't calm down. I cannot say anything other than please leave my building until you show me a warrant. I can't say anything else. And if we stood there, we'd have a nice chat.
That's fine.
The what? It doesn't matter how many of them there is. More police, more resources being wasted.
Why are you in the gym?
Why am I in the gym? This is my building. I'm not operating. You know what I've said to these two? Hopefully you guys can have a little bit of compassion, okay? Can you give me a little bit of space while I speak to these officers,
course,
please?
can, man.
Thank you. Right, so all that I've said is, I've come here and these two were already in my building. Now, the only thing that I can say until they act lawfully and stand outside because they don't have a warrant is, please stand outside my building for me to answer your questions. They are refusing to leave my building. Now, I have not been... One second, please, let me address the... Whoa, you're touching me.
Okay, so you want to contact Sergeant?
So, all I have asked for is, there has been no prohibition issue given to me from the council to say that this gym should be closed, which means there is no unlawful thing happening here until there's been a prohibition notice. My friend owns a gym. He got issued a prohibition notice on the first visit, right? Because he was using the gym and he was being unlawful. The next time they come, he tried to lock the door. They kicked his door off. He got arrested because it was then unlawful. Now, until there's been a prohibition notice, this is not unlawful. And I am saying this is not unlawful anyway because it is registered as an online training business, and I will get my papers and explain why my staff are legally working over here. The second this officer respects my legal boundaries and his oath and stands outside there without a warrant. And I will stand outside with you and we'll answer everything, and I'll get all of my staff to come outside as well. But until you respect my legal boundary and leave my building, I cannot say anything other than I will not answer your questions until you respect your oath.
My colleague, I'm not speaking for him, but my understanding is dealing with what he suspects to be an offence being for coronavirus. Okay, that is statute law. Therefore, if he suspects an offence being committed, he's dealing with that.
It's not actually a
trespass.
law.
Is that actually law?
It's not an actual
Well,
law.
when you get a degree in law and you've studied it and you can tell me why it's not.
How do you know I don't have a degree in law? It's
You
not a
want to
law.
tell me why it's not law?
Why it's not a law?
Go for it.
Because it's the guideline.
It's not a guideline.
It is a guideline. It is a law once a prohibition notice has been issued. It is not a law.
But there's statute law in place to deal with coronavirus.
Right, but there's also common law. And under your oath that you have signed to our Queen, do you genuinely believe, using human compassion, that I am committing a crime and I should be arrested and these resources should be used here? Because you, as legal servants, have the right to honour our Queen, not the government, and to say, I don't believe we should be in this man's building right now. I think that is unfair. That is your legal duty to do that, to be police officers, to protect and to serve. And if you don't believe that that is the right thing to do, you have the power to say, Sergeant, I am not doing that.
What I say, it sounds like
All I'm saying is...
not law.
Right,
I'm not here to
Tyler,
argue.
Can you please stand there and we'll have the discussion?
Not yet, because my supervisor's coming down, okay?
Okay.
He's far more experienced in COVID, breaches, regulations, and everything else than probably...
Mate, no one's more ready for me. No one is more ready for this than me.
You said you want to speak to him anyway, so I've just
He's
spoken
got more-
to him and
he's
I've
got
asked
more
him to
of
come
a-
down and speak
he's
to
got
you,
more
right?
information.
We've all got
And
time to do
explain.
this.
He's got more
How long are we
information.
on? Is my battery going
about-
30 minutes.
Yeah?
I've got it on video. I've got the full video.
That's fine.
I've got the full video.
It's all on
But he's
video.
got more information.
I know it is.
than the
I know
council
it
did
is.
last
Right, I'm just saying, like you said.
Do you know what I mean? We're supposed to be live streaming now to millions of people. We have children. We have, like, literally, do you know the pictures on the back wall? See all them cards? Thank you cards. We have children that come here that have type 2
We're not
diabetes.
criticising what you do as a
You
business.
are.
We're not.
You're
because I
not.
think
Right,
the
do you know
business
what?
that you're
You're
running,
not
online
listening to
facility
me.
is great.
What
It's
we
not
do
like
is
the law.
amazing. We help people, but
That's
you're not
fantastic.
allowing me to speak to you in a nice, normal way because you are acting unlawful and you are threatening me.
lawfully?
You're not here lawfully. You'd be there lawful. They're here lawful.
He's been
These two are
threatened
here
because he's
lawful.
already had his
You
cuffs
two
out
guys,
on,
I will
so
happily
you're right.
answer whatever
Because
questions
if he doesn't give these details, take me like I can arrest him for breach of COVID. I'm trying to be.
But so is he. So is he. Of course he is. Of course he is. He's got his business. He's been reasonable.
Listen, believe it or not, you might not be able to see it, but I do actually use a gym, and I'd like my gym to be open as well.
That's fine. A lot of us use the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a gym.
Right, okay, you're saying
I
that's
mean,
fine.
my gym's shut. I don't use a gym because it's shut.
I want to take my kids swimming. I want to go. I want to do all those things. But at the minute, the government have put rules in place and regulations and statute law to sort of, for a reason, COVID is real.
But we're not breaching
and that's why we're here.
Right, we need to establish that. You've got to understand that. But whilst he's shouting his finger in our faces, the court is...
That's like trying to arrest us for a burglary that hasn't even happened.
I will get my paperwork and I will explain everything if you just respect my boundaries and stand there. Now, even...
I don't know. I really don't know. Honestly, that's what I said when I first came. That's what I said when I first came. If I was to step outside, I don't know Tyrant.
I've told you that I'm not going to.
Obviously, it was a.
I've told you that I'm not going to.
So I said, if we shut this door, what is the chances of me ever getting back in and getting those people?
What's the chances? 100%.
I've got Tyrant's word that he's going to bring everything.
My word worth nothing. I'm a business owner. Why don't you? What do you mean you don't know me? Do a bit of research then. Check what my business is. Check what we've done this year. We're in the paper for donating £80,000 to the NHS. I will do as soon as you respect my boundaries and your oath and stand outside there. If you have a warrant, so then all I'm saying, do you know what you've just done? You've called for more resources and more resources when you could have ended this in 4 minutes. You could have just gone, do you know what, Tyler, we get why you're mad. I understand why you're mad. I'd be mad too. So what we'll do is we'll stand here. Can you please get them? And we'll go, do you know what, thanks for listening to me and being a normal person.
Well, same spin as that. If you'd have just sort of given your details, details.
But then if you are here lawfully, you know what you could then do? Bang, door goes off. Couldn't you? But because you know you're not here lawfully, you can't do that. And that's why you're worried about shutting the door. So you are violating my rights and your oath right now by standing there. Because if I shut that door and locked it, and you wanted their details, if you was legally able to have their details, you could legally take my door off. But you can't. So you know it. So you stood here for arrogance. And I will stand off all day. I will go to a cell. I will do that. I will open a common law dispute against both of you. I will put this on the internet and show that you two have called for more resources and more resources, rather than listening to someone and having human compassion and me saying, please stand there and we will end this like we ended it with the last officers within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes. If I was in here and there was pure meathead slamming weights about, or even if there was public, any member of the public in here, I'd understand it. But there's not. And you have not allowed me to explain myself because you are that.
Explain yourself for 25
I'm not explaining nothing. I've not explained nothing because I could just pull some papers out right now, show you what we do, show you my staff numbers, show you what company we work for. Until you stand there, I will not show you nothing. And I'm just asking you nicely. I'm telling you in front of everyone on your cameras that if you stand there, I will cooperate 100%.
I'm stood outside, why don't you show me the paperwork?
I can't because these two are still violent.
Why wouldn't you take that? If someone's willing to cooperate, why would it? Why though? Of course it's true. What is he going to do? Jump out the fucking window? He will. He will.
Yous are being paid by public.
And if you're going to respect him, then you would do that. You would.
So I have the time to stand here all day because one of my 7 businesses has been shut. Right, so I've got time to be here, but you don't, and you should be ashamed that you are wasting your time here. You two should be ashamed of these two and saying to them, just get outside and let him explain so we can go and do some real criminal work. That's what you should do.
It's true.
We're human beings. Have some human compassion. And I'm telling you, if you stood... No, your whole entire oath is built around compassion. You have an oath to the Queen. You signed an oath to the Queen, not to the government. Do you even know what your oath is?
I couldn't say it verbatim to you now, could I?
Wow. Well, I could.
Could you?
Yeah, I fucking could. It is brilliant, and that's why I know you should be stood over there. And you should know as well that if you do not believe that the cause that you have been told to serve is true, the Nazis were told to kill people.
We're going off topic.
It's not off topic, it's 100% right. It's tyranny, it's 100% right. That is 100% right. They was just doing what they was told. But you know what they should have done? That is not right. And you know what happened because of that kind of stuff? King Charles lost his head over this shit, right? I've had to research this, so I know exactly where I am when this happens. And I promise you right now, you are committing an offence, crossing my line. And you know what the most annoying part is? You don't even understand your own oath. You don't even understand it. You could say to your supervisor, I don't believe that that's lawful, and I am not going to take part in that. And that is something that you can do. That is what had happened because of what happened to the Nazis.
I believe that I am.
You believe you should be here.
Yeah.
No, you might be lawfully here in your mind, but do you believe this is a criminal offence and warrants police time? Because if you don't...
I believe it's a breach of COVID, which is, like my colleague says, that's an offence.
So, but it's not though. Alright, so that's you, okay. That's your point. Do you guys believe that? As a human compassion, you believe that too?
We've turned up, and I'll be honest with you, it looks like you're operating and running like a gym.
Are you being
Regardless of what you
serious?
say to
My
me right
gym?
now,
I can't even show you
there are
pictures and
people in here
videos
that are
because
gym
this normally has 100 people in here. And upstairs has 100 people in here. This looks like we're
but it's
operating.
still got 5 in
It's got my staff, and I can show you that the registered is an online business. We have... I can't until you stand there.
Well, there was another 2 people who were coming up the
I
stairs.
can't until you stand there. I don't don't know who else is in the building. This is
The
my
guy
building.
the key to here.
Whatever happened before I was here doesn't matter, does it? What happens is that I am right
There's
here
a girl
now.
just in gym equipment.
We
Gym
do
floor,
live
gym
streaming.
floor.
We video stuff.
Yeah, but she's not one of these 5.
How do you? I don't even know who that was, but that is probably another one of my staff. We video stuff. Do you know if you want to know
that, do I?
But I'm trying to explain to you, but you'd rather argue with me than act lawfully and stand there. And if you would just stand there, I would stand there with you. This would be resolved. There'd be no waste in police resources, and everything would be done by now. Do you know what I mean? She's got business upstairs. She sells gym clothes.
She came up the stairs with a gentleman who had a key to here, and they both stood outside here. And he was
It was
trying to
Jamal
open
who was ringing
the
me.
door. And
Right,
then he
listen, if you wanted to do a workout at home, do you know what to do? So if you didn't, I'm not being patronising. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Right, bits and pieces, okay? Well, we have master's level nutritionists, and I paid £20,000 for a website, right? So you would sign up to my subscription. What would happen is you would weigh yourself, you would take some pictures, you would upload them to your online account. My master's level nutritionist over here would get in touch with you and tell you ask you what your meal preference is, what do you want to do, how's your mental state, where do you want to go. We then make you a meal plan. We then film exercises for you to do at home, and we send it over to you. We are registered as Real Life Online Limited. My staff are staffed by Real Life Online Limited. That's it. So leave the building. That's it. I'll get you the paperwork and show you. And I will do that, but now you know, because I have told you, that this is lawful. So now you know that. Can you please stand there, and every one of them will...
Why wouldn't you stand there? Why wouldn't you do that?
Behind my desk to show you a registered company. Go on company's house. Go on company's house right now. Check how many staff I've got. Check their names. They're there. It's all there. Everything's there for you to see. Oh my days, we got some more. We got some more in. Please tell me you have a little bit of superiority over these so I can have a normal conversation with someone.
We're alright.
Do you not? Are you just on the same level? Let's just get a gang in. Let's just get the gang of police in.
No, see, this is how intimidating you're being. We're trying to cooperate. You're being intimidating by bringing 10 of yous for no reason.
I've just proved to you that this is lawful. You might say whatever you want.
Anything, you've said a few things.
But
you could have resolved this ages ago by standing there.
You're just doing this, right? And what's going to happen is I'm going to write a leaving court.
It's your job to resolve situations, and you could have done so by standing there.
As I've explained.
Have I just shown you a video?
But I need to speak to those people.
I understand
And I'm telling you.
But that is us. So what he's saying is he's saying the truth.
Right, and I'm not disputing that at the minute.
Because
I need to speak to those people across the other side of the room to establish the reason
Right,
why
and I
they're here and how
understand
this
that,
thing is
but you know
operating.
that I'm
please
telling
cover
the
your
truth.
nose?
Because I've just shown you
If we
evidence
step
of this
outside of
gentleman
this
still
building,
here.
how do I
and
know
he's
that that door
explaining
is
it.
We're telling you.
locked and secured? Yeah, but that's your word.
Kana, can you tell him? Because you're a teacher and your word might be better than mine. We're not going to lock the door. Don't know why you seem to...
You should respect the public's word.
You really should.
You should.
If we believe
You should.
everything public said, mate.
I'm not saying believe. I don't believe anything that you say.
I'm not lying. I've just shown you an actual video of him on that camera over there with this background empty, training doing a live workout.
On that
I'm showing
occasion.
you on a group.
On that
I can
We
show
do it
you
twice a day.
Right, and
Twice a day, all day,
fine.
every day.
But my-
Tomorrow, I'm running the studio for a photo shoot.
My point right now
The
is
point
I
is
need
a
to
gym
speak to
cannot
those
legally
people
operate
across
as a
the
member
other
of
side.
staff.
We just need to speak to the people across the
So
other side.
once you get there, I'll do that.
I appreciate what you're saying at the minute.
You don't have a
Gyms
warrant.
are
I can't hear you until you
Right,
respect
do you
your
know
oath.
what? I'm not speaking to you.
Well,
Just
please
speak
don't. I don't
normally.
want you to speak to me. I want you to respect your oath and stand out there so we can resolve the situation.
As a copper, you should be like resolving situations like that. You could have done that. You could have done that just by
These
standing
two are
there.
just going to be gutted
You could
because they're
have.
going to have to
That
leave
is your
and
job
then
to resolve
that's what's gonna
situations
happen.
like that.
No, that's not my
You
job
know what
to
I
resolve
mean?
situations.
Of course it is.
My job is to basically follow what's put in place.
Yeah, and resolve
Follow the
it,
regulations
but you
and
just
stuff like that,
not.
Which is why I'm here. That's my job.
You can easily just stand there.
Yeah, but I understand, like I said, I don't know.
Like they did last week. Like they did last week.
I don't know these people.
I know you
That's why
don't.
I'm
I know you
here. That's
don't.
why I'm here now. Once I know who you are, I can potentially
you're
solve
right.
it and never come
You
back.
can just stand there and
But
do
you've
it.
got a grouping over there.
That's not staff. You're gonna give me
You should.
But I need to speak to him to confirm.
And
that.
I am confirming with you as this is my
As we
business.
stand here, you could invite those people over here. We could confirm that,
But
and then we could leave. And
but
we
I
could
will
resolve
do
the
that if you stood
situation.
there, like I said 26 minutes ago. Police resources
Well,
right now.
explain
Can
it.
you
About 5
please tell
minutes
me
ago.
your name?
My name, no, but
I
my
can't
column
see
number's
it.
16616.
Where 16616, right, so Officer 16616 is so adamant on resolving this situation really, really quickly and efficiently, she's point blank refusing to respect her oath and my legal boundaries to stand over that line. I have said from the start of this video, please respect my boundaries and stand there and we will resolve this and I will have my staff come outside in minutes and these are refusing to do so. This is what we're paying for. This is what we're paying for. This is what yous are going to be spoke about in Parliament
But
on
if I
Monday.
take your word and I step outside there and you shut that door,
Then kick it off, because if you're legally right to be here, then kick the door off. But you know
But
what?
we could
I
resolve
wouldn't
this
do
right
that.
now,
I
couldn't
have
we?
Yeah, by standing there.
I respect.
You can resolve it.
I respect everything about what you are meant to be doing.
Yeah, but you guys are supposed to be the bigger people. You guys are supposed to be the bigger people than us.
We're supposed to be bigger people than you. Why do you-
Bigger, because you wear that
You're here to
uniform.
protect and serve. You signed
So
an
you
oath
should
to
be
our
standing
country to
there.
protect and serve. So I am a human being
Different
that you
people
are
see
meant to
that we
protect
are.
and serve.
Different people in this
You ain't
community.
protecting and
See that
serving.
we are
You ain't
protecting and serving.
You ain't protecting and serving
Because
nothing while you're being here. Because while
there'll
you're
be-
here, there's crime
there'll be
happening
other-
outside.
There will be other businesses what shut down, rightly or wrong.
The police appeared, repeatedly questioning the reason for filming, suspecting that he was recording the PIN code, then switching to security concerns, even citing the risk of terrorism to conduct a check under the Anti-Terrorism Act. The reason for stopping and checking changed constantly, sometimes because of the PIN code, sometimes because of causing trouble, then again to suspicion of terrorism, creating obvious absurdity and contradiction. The person filming remained calm, sometimes sarcastic, constantly arguing about personal rights and the reasonableness of the charges, while the police were both tough and confused, repeatedly threatening to confiscate or arrest him if he did not cooperate, but in the end had to return the phone and not delete any data. Were the police completely right? Watch the whole clip and please support this auditor by subscribing to his channel. The link is in the description.
We've got some pretty cool trainers on, I can't lie.
Thank you, sir. So why are you filming at the
You know why I'm
No,
filming,
I don't
man.
know
Yeah,
why
you
you're
already summed it up, something about causing trouble and this and
No, I
that. So
don't
there
know
you
why
go.
you're
Yeah,
filming.
well, you
So
already
I'm
summed it up.
asking you
man.
why you're filming.
You know why I'm filming, man.
No, I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, why are you
know,
filming?
you know too well why I'm filming.
No, not a clue.
Yes, you do. You said you've done this before, this and
Well,
that, so...
it's a bit
there you go.
weird. I must admit, you seem to
so-
like want police interaction.
So you're gonna search me now, yeah?
No, not necessarily, because I know who you are.
Okay, well there you go. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, can you move on, please?
I can't move on, I'm afraid. No, I'm on a Is this not a pavement?
This is a pavement.
Okay,
You're
well
trying
then-
to film the back of a police station, aren't you?
Well, at the
you
moment,
could
I'm not
be a
filming
risk
that.
to the security of the police station.
Not really. It's just the back gate.
Right. You want to go stand over there, maybe?
Not really, no.
You're watching, filming bits where people putting their PIN code in.
Okay, I won't
You're
film
filming
that. I
cars
won't
going
film
in.
that.
No, you say
I
you
can
don't do
film
that, but
I don't
how
care
do
about
know?
anyone's PIN code. You know what this is?
No, I don't know what this
I'm
is.
not here to film PIN codes, mate.
Well, I don't know why.
Yes, you know.
Why do you choose to
know
film?
too well what this is.
Well, why do you do it? What's the
Asking
circumstance of why you do
silly
it?
questions.
That's not a silly question, is it? Because it's a weird thing to do.
It is I appreciate it's a weird thing to do, but
So you tell me why you do it.
I don't have to tell you.
No.
Don't have an
Well,
explanation.
At the moment, I think you're standing right next to the PIN code and filming police officers putting their PIN codes in.
Nah, I don't think you do.
Huh?
I don't think so. No.
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 You don't think so? You're standing right here next to the entrance where people tap their cards.
Yeah, I can assure you, I'm not going to be filming any PIN code.
Well, not necessarily that I believe you, sir. You're standing right at the entrance, and you do it all the time. You come around to the back of police stations and film. Did it?
And I
You
still
did it a
haven't
little while ago.
caught any PIN codes.
How do we know?
Well, now I still don't know any PIN codes.
Really? How do I know that?
Really, because there's intelligence about me. You should know what this is.
Is it? What's your name?
It's not my job to tell you these things.
Alright.
Not committing any offences, so...
Okay. All right. Well, at the moment, you're detained on the purpose of search under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. Okay, for a search.
Okay.
I believe PIN codes to the entrance.
Section
of the police
43,
station. Yep. Section 43.
You going to cuff me?
Not at the moment.
Alright.
Put that down for me, please. Sir.
I'm not keeping my hand.
No, just put it down because you've been detained for a search.
1 second, mate.
All right. I'm Sergeant Barton. I'm from Stoke Newington Police Station. Just tell you the reasons, all right? There's Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. You may be filming stuff at the police station, watching people put their pins in. You may be doing that for reasons, i.e. terrorism. Now, you seem to do this with the back of the police station. That's the reasons for it. Hopefully you may find your activity suspicious. All right, so you are detained for the search. Okay? And you're entitled to a police station. Just make some blood shots. Good night.
Got that phone recording. Something about
It's about your watching filming police officers. You've got one phone recording. Okay, you're obstructing my search by filming on another phone. Put your phone away from me, please.
I'm not obstructing
Okay.
it.
Can I take the phone off you, please?
I'll put it in my pocket.
Okay, have a search for you. Okay, I'll search you. Oh dear. Right, put that with your other phone. Just be next. Mod, it's mod, shit. Right, you shouldn't have anything that might hurt me. No. Well, you've created this issue because you come to the police station and start filming.
You have a pretty good idea about what I'm doing.
Well, I don't know why you're doing it. Yeah, because you are filming people going into the back of the police station, aren't you?
This is
And you
a
could well be
pure
filming.
coincidence.
It's not a coincidence, is it?
Yeah.
So why would you
It's just driving here. I just happen to be here.
Why would it be
It's a pure coincidence. Us having this interaction is a pure coincidence.
No,
I haven't come here with the
you've
incentive to...
Yeah, you've placed yourself. Thank you. Stand with this. You've placed yourself in a situation. You didn't leave. So, okay, Are you able to show me the face you recorded? Yes, please.
So if I don't show you the footage, what are you going to do? You can seize the phone,
You're still detained, yeah. Okay. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
So if I show you the footage, it's going to be consensual, isn't it?
Well, under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, so read it out to you, get off here if you want.
No, I'm well aware of the legislation.
You are well aware of
So if I show you the phone, that's consensual. Because otherwise we just have to seize the phone.
Or we'll arrest you.
You'll arrest me?
If necessary, yeah.
For doing what?
Well, under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, if we can't view the footage, we believe you're filming back at the police station, then we'll seize the phone and we'll have to investigate whether you're...
Okay, so under duress, under the threat... No, of course it's under duress.
Detained for a search, aren't you?
Yeah, so under the threat of my property being seized, obviously I'm feeling a bit scared right now. So I'm going to show you the
You
footage.
put yourself in this situation.
Okay, I'm going to show you the footage.
Thank you, sir.
But obviously it is under duress, yeah? So I'm going to film with the other phone. So we've been detained for a search right now. Got that phone recording. Something about a PIN code. Was that the grounds, was it? Something about a PIN code?
You're watching, filming police officers. You've got one phone recording. Okay, you're obstructing my search by filming on another phone. Put your phone away from it, please.
I'm not obstructing anything, look, it's there. Now I'm going to keep the phone in my hand. So this is what we've got. You ready, Sergeant? Don't miss it, man. No, I'll keep it in my hand, mate. It's my property, isn't it?
We're examining it.
You can't examine it.
Start from the whole time that you've been here.
Alright then.
So let's go back. Thank you. Turn up a bit. There's
nothing really interesting, mate. It's not particularly interesting, to be honest. So yeah, man, it's for you. I don't think so.
right, okay. At the moment.
Why? What are you going to do? Seize the phone for what?
I just told you the phone's...
Nah, mate, this is some corrupt. This is some corrupt thing. Yeah, I've consensually shown you the phone.
Okay,
so what are we doing now?
Well, no, I was still examining the phone.
I haven't snatched it off you. You gave it to me.
Obviously concerning videos on there about you videoing the back of police stations, videoing the MI5 building in Vauxhall and security cameras. I personally think you do this because you have some issue with the police, you want to sue us or things like that, but any police officer worth their salt is always going to challenge and detain and search someone who they believe might be doing something for wrong reasons, okay? And I think you know that all along, so everything you do is to try and catch me out, but all I'm here is trying to do my job. Right. So you've been detained for about half an hour, so apologies for your time, but I feel like you've put yourself in this situation and this is what you wanted to get out of it. Okay, so nothing's been taken off of you, nothing's been deleted. You need to be very, very careful about recording police officers' PIN codes and the ways that we go into police stations, etc. Right, and if you are intending to put it online, which I'm sure you are, I would suggest you very much need to blur those out.
It's your job to secure it, though. If it's in public, it's your job to secure it.
I will send an email because I agree with you. I think it's not great for people to be able to see just as they're videoing on the side of the road. But you know, this is pretty much a dead end street that you've come down to video and to stand at the back videoing.
That's right.
Yeah. So those are the. Do you understand why you've been stopped?
No.
You don't understand. Okay, so I'll explain again. You were stopped because you were videoing purposefully the back of the police station, which is a security threat.
From a pavement.
From the pavement.
Public pavement, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, there is obviously a terrorist threat that exists in this world at the moment. Police officers are at risk. Police stations are at risk.
I don't think they are.
Well,
is there any data that supports
yes,
that?
there are. Police officers get attacked often when they come out of police stations.
I don't think they do.
A colleague of mine.
What, by terrorists?
But people with knives, what have you. A colleague of mine, just the other month, as he was coming out, there was a male with a knife who tried to attack him. All right, it doesn't always get in the papers, but there are threats and risks. So, for those reasons, you were detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because I suspected that you may be videoing a police station for terrorist reasons. I've satisfied myself by speaking to people at head office and by speaking to you and looking at your phone.
You spoke to counter-terrorism, yeah? So what did they say?
I can't tell you exactly what they say. Their advice isn't for you, it's for me.
Okay.
All right, apologies for that.
No, that's fine.
But I've satisfied them and myself that you're here today to, I would say, make videos and cause issues and get yourself stopped and searched.
So why have you used the Terrorism Act then?
Because I don't know that until I checked.
You said it, mate. It was on the video. You said it right at the beginning.
No.
You said you're here to cause trouble.
What? If you listen to what I just said, I said I have satisfied myself that this is what you're doing. I suspected you might be doing something stupid, but I don't know. And in one of the videos, you have got me, and in the background, you've got a police officer inputting their PIN code. So if that goes online, then that causes a security threat to us, doesn't it?
Okay.
All right. So these are
better change the PIN code then.
They had, yeah. I'm going to speak to them. I don't know who they are. Those are the reasons, all right? I hope you understand.
So the grounds were that I was recording PIN codes?
The grounds were that you may have been recording terrorist activity, Okay, so walking around.
I may have been recording terrorist
Sorry,
activity. You got that right.
Right. You're trying to trip me up, aren't you? But so those are the grounds, right? And then on your phone, you've also got videos of you walking around the MI5 building, purpose-free video and the CCTV cameras, and you know 100%.
As a sergeant, you know.
You know 100% that you're going to get stop and search when you do that, or you're going to get stopped and asked what you're doing, don't you? So you are doing that to put yourself in that situation. I've been calm with you. You're only putting handcuffs when I thought you were trying to take evidence away from me and possibly destroy it. And you were taking out those handcuffs once I'd satisfied myself that we could mitigate that. All right? Is there any questions?
No questions.
No. Any issues? Are you injured?
No, I'm not injured.
And how did you rate our interaction today?
Not very well. I would say it was a fail.
Why is it a fail? Do you not think you got what you wanted?
Yeah, it was a fail on you lot's behalf. It was a policing failure today.
So what would you have done differently?
I would have just put my ego to one side, man.
What ego?
Yeah.
How have I stopped you with an ego? I've just stopped you because I'm doing the job.
Alright.
But if you as a police officer, you'd think the exact same thing. All these guys would have done the exact same thing.
I don't think they would.
Right, maybe they're not confident to do it, I don't know. But everyone would.
Thank you for watching. Police using vague justifications to stop, question, or detain people without cause is a growing concern. Simply being in public is not a crime, and officers cannot demand compliance without legal justification. Whether it's intimidation tactics, unlawful demands for ID, or escalating situations without cause, standing your ground and recording every interaction is key to holding them accountable. Always ask questions, challenge unlawful orders, and never let your rights be ignored. Subscribe for more UK police accountability videos, real encounters, and important lessons on knowing your rights. Stay informed, stay empowered, and never stop filming.